We all have seen DJs everywhere. Parties, clubs, bars, festivals. We all know what they do, they play music for us. But no one knows exactly how they do it. And today we have a guest, Andre, and he will tell us more about this profession. Okay, Andre, so tell us more about yourself.
Um, hey everyone, my name is Andre. I'm also a student at Temple University. What really got me into music was, I remember I was like 11 or 12. My dad got me a guitar at first. And I used to play around. I liked it a lot. And then I really started to fall in love with the electronic music and big festivals like Ultra, Tomorrowland, and stuff like that. And I was like, what are they really doing there? Like, I really like that stuff. And I kind of started like to dig deeper into that, and started to listen to electronic music more and more. And eventually, I purchased my first controller, and I was trying myself as a DJ at the beginning, just without any equipment, and then it went on and went on, and here I am now. I really started doing it like more serious in my like senior year of high school. I used to DJ a lot on friends' parties, some weddings and stuff like that. And later it went on and went on, and right now I can do it in some, bars, hookah lounges, and places like that. And I'm really enjoying it so far.
Perfect. So, do you ever get this question from people like, oh, you just press a few buttons, the music plays itself, or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of people think it's like as simple as it seems. Play, pause. I mean, if there would be just play, pause, why would you like call a DJ,
Exactly.
on your place, Yeah, but if we're talking about the mixing itself, not the producing of music, because that's a different type. Writing music is way different. So if we're talking about mixing and DJing and beat matching, it is not as easy as it seems, but it's also probably not as hard as some people might like want you to think it is. It's all about it's all about the gear you're using. It's all about the listening that you have, and it's all about like the software. The basic outline of the work of the DJ is it's a beat matching. Your goal is to mix and blend the songs if you're live mixing. So people wouldn't really realize that's two different songs. That's what creates the hype. That's what creates like you're like playing some popular song, but like people know what's coming, right, in that song, but you're like bam, and you're cutting it off, and you're like playing some
Switching to different songs.
switching to different songs, switching to some like a really nice bass drop part, and people don't expect that. That's what brings the excitement to that type of music. This is basically what the job of the DJ is compared to just play, pause in your Windows Media Player.
So this requires some kind of skill to being able to to go from one song to another song without people realizing there was a break or something.
Yeah, you have to really, first of all, it requires a lot of practice. Second of all, again, it depends, but for instance, if you're coming from like some 148 BPM song, like some house music song, to some rap, which is like 80, 86 BPM, right? It gets quite hard to like match it so people wouldn't realize what's going on. So yeah, it does require some skill. It does require a lot of practice. It's not my main job, but it's more like of my hobby. So I don't really have much time with studying or doing it at like a full-time basis. But it clearly
But it's a good hobby that
yeah,
gives you some
yeah,
side income.
yeah, true. And I can see clearly doing it full-time. And it will definitely you can support yourself doing that for sure. Even on the levels I'm doing it right now, and I can't even really imagine on the higher levels. Like that those guys are
Big names.
Making real money. All right.
So what do you think is the cultural connection between people who listen to your music and the music you produce?
So when I start with that, I'm not producing the music, I'm mixing the music, so it's a little bit different. Well, I'm using other DJs' music, and music producers' songs. So there's not really like a connection between specific culture and the music. Well, again, different people from different countries enjoy different styles of music because that's what's popular in their country. But when we're talking about electronic music that I like the most, this is what I like about it. You can be from any place in the world. You can be from anywhere. It can be a person from the United States, it can be a person from Australia, and or the person from Africa or from somewhere else, they're living thousands of miles away from each other, but they're all united by that, rush in the blood, of like dancing and partying, and it's just amazing how like different people can meet each other just throughout music. You know, it's like there's honestly nothing that unites them between each other except the music that they're together on, right? That's why I like those types of festivals and stuff like that, because it's just such an amazing opportunity and the vibe to see like all those people from absolutely craziest and different places in the world that had never like thought ever that they would meet each other. And you know, and they're all united, they're dancing and having fun together and like making friends, you know. And it's just amazing how something like music can unite people. There's, if you think about it, there's not much stuff in the world that can unite people like that.
So now to the interesting part. As a computer science major, I like to see the tech stuff, and Andre will show us what equipment he got here.
So pretty much how it works. You have your own mixer, which is not here, but that will be used just to adjust the volumes and stuff. But you have you also, you know, you have your, you know, high-low, mid-range frequencies in the middle, as well as the filters, which are like effect filters. You have your effects panel on the right, which you can choose in the software right there. So if I would press that button, you see the thing popped up on the screen where I can, you know, choose the different effects and I can use it through here. It's pretty convenient. So you have a channel volumes for right and left, just in case you want to make something, you know, quieter or louder. You have your drum pads right here and right here. This is pretty much a, you can use them as an effects, as, you know, samplers, and use different stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's like, basically they can make 8 different functions, each of them, right? So now to the most important part. And no, that's not jog wheels. Jog wheels are important, but they're not the most important part. The most important part is crossfaders, and faders as well. So this is what is mainly used to go from one song to another. Basically, you're switching between songs, but mostly I use the faders in here. They're pretty like tactile. They're like hard to push, so you can do that, you know, like nice and slowly, you know, and it's gonna be pretty easy to do. Basically, your goal is you have 2 songs playing on the backgrounds, right? You have your headphones, right? Your headphones are connected to your you know, to your controller, right? And you can hear the next track in the headphones, but people cannot hear it in the room. Which this allows you to, you know, to beat match it in the headphones first before you're gonna actually beat match it in real life, if that makes sense, right? So you're screwing up in your headphones and you're doing that before you actually, people will hear that. So, and then you're already, you know, playing it on the speakers and transferring from one song to another, right, using crossfaders. Jog wheels are used to, yeah, you can do some spins, you know, on them. You can do some scratching, which is like waka waka, you know, type of thing that people like. But mostly they're used to, you know, to match the song. If you look at the screen, I don't know how hard or easy to see. You can see those 2 lines out there. This is basically the songs when they're playing, right? So if you play like 2 songs, right, and you have to match the beat to the beat, right? So you stop it and you have to like match it so it's gonna be perfect. Because if it's not, you will be hearing like do 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 sound, and you can hear that the song was not matched perfectly. Okay, and once it matched perfectly, you can switch, you know, from the song to the song.
As previously mentioned, for songs, in order to be successful transition from one to another, you have to beat match it. Andre was talking about the lines that have to be matched together in order to have a successful matching while transitioning from one song to another one. We can see these lines with the red dots on the top and at the bottom. When lines on one and another track are aligned together, it means the beat of the songs are matched perfectly.
I'll show you the bad example of the transition. For instance, we're playing one song on the deck 1 on the left. I hope you can hear the song, probably you can. And the example of the bad transition is going to be something like this. So we have the second song playing, and you hear how they're overbeating each other. Like, it doesn't sound good at all. You can hear one song is playing in one time and another song is playing in another timing. So you can clearly hear like they outbeating each other. Okay, so I'll show you the example of the good transition with the same exact songs as you heard in the bad transition example. So we have a song 1 playing right now. It doesn't matter which song it is, right? So my goal is to beat match as good as possible. So you can hear it now, right? I have two songs playing at the same time, but you can't really tell. But they actually do because they're beat match. So we kind of did a transition. Like I would never do this transition in a live play because there's just not two songs that I would mix together. But it works, and you couldn't hear that there were two different songs playing, right, until the lyrics come out.
Okay, Andrei, you mentioned that in the software you can use effects and everything, but is there a way for you to do your own effects?
Yes, so it's not only pre-built effects, you can use looping, you can use joggers, which I use really rarely, but I can show you the example of like a good use of a jog wheels, for instance.
Please.
So we will have a Tiimmy playing, by Desiigner on the right deck, and doesn't matter which song is going to be on the left deck as long as it's like, scratching would work well with it. So we're having the song playing, right? We have a filter on the left song out, so we're going to make this like build up, bass drop-ish thingy. So let's go. Here it is.
I just want to say thank you to Andrei for showing us and explaining all the things DJ is doing that we don't know about.